Hi, this is Anna Hack from Green Talk, and today we're canning tomatoes. Now, I'm a very new canner, and I look for some comments about what I'm doing, right or wrong, and it's okay. You know, I'm okay with that. So these are my tomatoes. I kind of do something a little different. I actually heat my tomatoes back up. I put my tomatoes in the freezer, and then I skin them when I defrost them because it's just easier for me. But that also makes it, when I heat them up, it makes them a lot watery, as you can see. But I'm okay with that because when a recipe calls for tomatoes, I just use this. Now, they're also very watery because I grow in the garden cherry tomatoes, plum tomatoes, and just regular garden variety tomatoes, and that makes this very watery. So what I do, I have my quart. I actually do quarts. You could do pints. You could do whatever, you know, canning jars you can get. I keep this in the oven. I've already sanitized it. I keep it in the oven until I'm ready to use it. I have a couple jars going on right now, and I put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice inside first because it's just easier to do it first. And I start to ladle in the tomatoes. Now the tomatoes are pretty hot because you want to have a hot pack. I found this to work best even with pressure canning. So these are hot and the jar's hot. And I'm going to fill it up to all the way up to the top with a 1/2 inch space because that's what the recipe calls for. I use a Presto canner, and that's exactly the recipe it tells me to do. Now, again, each recipe is different, so make sure you follow the recipe to a T, and it'll be really easy to can. So just give me a second to fill these up. It's basically tomato sauce at this point. That might be a little bit too much. Hold on 1 second. And what I do is I take I don't even know what this is called, but it has measurements on the sides, like 1/4, 1/2 inch for my head space. Now I'm a little under, so I need just to put a little bit more in. I know this is a little tedious. 1 second. You want to make sure you have that correct head space. And as you can see, I'm going all the way around there to make sure that I have that 1/2 inch, which I do. And then I take a knife and I make sure I get rid of all the bubbles, because if you don't, believe me, that lid on top is going to blow in your canner or your pressure cooker. I've had this happen to me 3 times. So I've become an expert at the don'ts. So 1 second. So I've got all my bubbles out, and I want to make sure that my seal is going to be really nice and good and tight. So I clean the top of it with a wet rag and the sides of it, make everything nice and clean. And over here is my lids. I'm keeping them in hot water. I put them on here. Now I tighten this. They call it finger width tight, meaning that it's just kind of like you're screwing it on. And of course, it's not screwing. So it's not real tight. See how I didn't really do it real tight? And this can is still hot, so I'm going to pick it up and put it in my canner. Now this is a pressure canner, not a water canner. I can use it as a water canner, but in this case I'm doing it as a pressure canner because it takes about 25 minutes in a pressure canner versus a water canner. A water canner is like about 85 minutes, and I'd rather not do that, and I really like the way that they come out. So it's pretty easy. You know, get yourself a book. Like I said, Ball has great books. Also, Presto has great books, and it's very easy to can, and you can have your summer goodness the whole year round. So this is Anna Hackman from Green Talk, and I want to thank you for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel. Share it on Facebook, you know, the video, and on Twitter. Get it around so everybody knows how easy canning is, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.